I think you can see in Evan's portrayal here that, you know, Warren, I mean, it's very clear that Jared was very, you know, Jared.
One and the same.
One and the same.
Very effective.
He was very clear, wasn't he, that he didn't want any part of this, and he said, I'm only coming up there if you've dealt with the librarian. Of course, he gets there, and Warren sort of betrayed him to a certain extent. And now he's in it, whether he wants to be or not. Mm-hmm. And here we have Warren, and you can see the conflict between him doing this thing, having crossed the line. Now he just needs to get to the end of it.
Yeah.
And they're kind of scrambling to get to, and just to get out in one piece.
It's funny how this scene takes a turn too. Like in the beginning, I'm a lot, you know what I mean? I'm at the bottom, Warren's running the show, beginning of the scene, and then it starts to transition. Warren starts to unravel and fall apart, and then I start to take control a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. And it's kind of, at that point, it's sort of like,
because it wants to get the fuck out of it.
It's sort of fight or flight, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they're still trying to go through with this thing, because if they don't, then the whole thing is pointless. They've already done this terrible thing to this woman. Now they just have to make sense of it, and they have to make it work. And I think, and you know, as we were saying earlier, these books are the same size and weight as the real ones.
They were heavy.
They were heavy.
They're unbelievably heavy, and that's something they hadn't anticipated, and of course they couldn't have known because they couldn't have picked them up before. Warren's still trying to get the Darwin out of the case.
He's stuck he's just on a one-track mind right now, and I think Eric at this point, the motivation is to get Warren out of here, and he knows he isn't going to leave without the books, so.
And this sequence was cut largely by a fantastic editor called Chris Gill, who has cut a lot of films like 28 Days Later, things like that, a lot of Danny Boyle's films, and I think he just did such a great, you know, there's these jump cuts in there that I think are very seamless. This sequence we're talking about because there was no elevator. This is it.
Oh yeah.
We created this elevator, and it's shot between 3 different locations on 3 different days. And it was brutal, and you guys might want to talk about what you were doing to get the energy of this.
Oh, just between every take, and we did this for 3 days. Me and Evan would be running full sprints back and forth across that library. We were doing push-ups. We were screaming in each other's face. We were just, had to be completely chaotic, you know, to maintain that flow. Because coming back to it every day is not an easy task, you know. So.
Yeah, we shot this. So this scene in the basement, this is actually this is shot on the back lot of our production studio, and
different location,
totally different location from the library, of course, and it's shot on another day entirely from what you're about to see when they come out of the lift again. So you know, which is obviously it's the magic of, you know, movie making, but I have to give a huge amount of credit to you guys for keeping this energy. So when you see the door open the next time,
it's a different day.
It's going to be
a different location.
You know, a week later. So now we're in a whole other. This is a whole other day.
Yeah.
And
it's just focus, eh? Like we had to just stay. Each day we kind of like threw all our shit aside and just kind of stayed with it.
And again, you know, people can't believe this really happened, but this is a true detail. The books slid down the steps, and at that point it's like abandoned ship.